greenhorns out there. One way you learn your market, if you're not going to live in it, maybe you can't afford it, maybe you're too good for it, but you at least got to run your market. Notice a lot of things just out here, summertime, scouting a couple buildings we have in the portfolio. So what do we see here, right, Andrew? You see a big building, new construction on both sides of the street. You see a single-story, low-rise building right there. What does that mean? There's probably air rights. I'm going to call that guy, see if he wants to sell, because clearly his return on equity is low. Across the street here, we have a dilapidated building. Looks like some type of old office-type tenants in the top. Some trendy coffee shops, a development site a little bit down the way. You know, one thing you really start to figure out when you run your market, you start to put together some connections that otherwise you're not going to get to in a passive state. You know, in an active state, can't tell you how many deals I've sold just on a morning or evening run back home. But it gives you a lot of content, right? Like, we got content to call on tomorrow. We got a development site, we got some guy that's clearly not utilizing the upstairs of his building. We got development sites next to adjacent high-rise buildings. It clearly tells you the zoning's correct. We have Myrtle Avenue, which is just kind of a hodgepodge of old and new. A lot of upside, and behind us a gas station, which they're probably not going to sell because these guys are one of the only gas stations in Brooklyn. But anyway, run your market if you're not going to live in it. You can't get lost going to a meeting.